Good morning and welcome to Meal Prepping 101. I'm your host, Victor Fernandez, and just a disclaimer to start things off. I'm sure you're a better cook than I am. Most people are, but I wanted to give you some real easy, basic steps for meal prepping because it's a game changer. It's a time saver, and it really puts your diet in your hands, under your control. When you rely on food from, the grocery store that comes pre-made, that sort of thing, you're sort of at the mercy of the company that's making it. You're at the mercy of the grocery store that's selling it to you. But when you are able to do some of the basic stuff like I do here, it allows you to have greater control on what you're putting into your body. So now I was going to introduce you to my assistant, but she decided to away. I don't know if you can see her there walking away, Miss Tulip. I guess she was a little tired. Maybe the intro was a little too long, perhaps. But basically, here's what I do. And again, I'm no emerald by any stretch. I keep things very basic with the chicken, the fish, vegetables, some rice, things of that nature. So obviously, I defrost everything. Now, I've kind of started the process so this video doesn't become extremely long. But I defrost everything, and while I'm defrosting, I go get a workout in my gym, so I get that squared away. I've got you see my measuring cups out here. I've got my containers out here ready to go. Obviously, I use, you can split it up into different, whatever you're eating, your protein, your carbs, your healthy fats, you can split it all up. And here's how I do things to make life a little bit easier on myself and make things a little bit faster. I throw the chicken on the George Foreman grill. I did start ahead of time to make this a little bit shorter video, but just to give you an idea, I did some chicken tenderloin today. I've done chicken breast before. Don't mind the mess. I have to clean all that up. And then I do the fish. And again, I started this ahead of time. I do the fish in the oven. Let me grab one of my alligators here. I'm going to pull that out. I did some flounder. Today was flounder day at the Fernandez household. Close that up. So again, a little bit of seasoning. What do I use? Let me show you what I use. But again, you can use pretty much whatever you want. I use seasoning salt. Real simple, real basic. Anybody can do it. Certainly if I can do it, anybody can. So you see the chicken's done. The fish is done. Now I do steamed vegetables. Now, I'm not going to need to make much, if any, today. As you can see, the steamed fresh bird's eye. I've got a bunch of different kinds. I got peas. I got corn. What else do I got? I got mixed vegetables. So I've got a bunch of different ones. Don't need to make any today, really. So what I do, here comes the fun part. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Got my scale. I should probably wipe it off here. There we go. Let's wipe it off a little bit here, clean it up. And what I do, it's real simple. I turn it on. I grab a plate. I stick that on there. I just change it to whatever unit I need to change it to, pounds and ounces in this case. It zeroes out, which is nice. So that way you're only measuring the food. All right, so here we go. I start putting it on. Usually a serving of fish or chicken tends to be 3 to 4 ounces a piece. So I keep putting it on there. You got your 3 ounces right there. If I want to go a little bit heavier, I can. I tend to do about 2 servings of this, or a serving and a half is probably more like it. So there you go. It's about a serving and a half there. It doesn't have to be 100% spot on, but that's pretty close. About 5 ounces is what I was shooting for, and I'm at 4.8 ounces there. So I come over here, do this, and I continue doing it until I run out of food. I got to do the same thing with the fish as well. I won't bore you by watching me weigh all my food, but I do have some left over. Let's see, let me move that out of the way to give you an idea. As you can see, I've got all my containers neatly stacked. So I'm going to pull out a couple here to show you what I'm talking about. There we go. So this, I have to get some fish into that one. There was one that was left over, but here you go. Here's one with chicken. You know, it's got a little bit frozen here. You know, our fridge sometimes is a little too high. But you got your chicken. I've got my vegetables. I mean, again, very simple. Broccoli and cauliflower, some carrots, and that's about 6 ounces of chicken. I go a little bit higher in the chicken, you know, in the protein side of things to help really, you know, get my protein up during the course of the day. I could have some fish or chicken in there, you know, and I have my mixed vegetables. I have a little bit of corn, a little bit of peas, mainly because I didn't have enough for a full serving of both, so I just did half a serving of each. It adds up to the same thing. You know, so again, very simple. I'm not reinventing the wheel by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I defrost. I go get my workout in while everything's defrosting. You know, I put the chicken on the grill, the fish in the oven. I cook all that up, grab my containers, grab my scale, and off I go. I mean, I've got it to the point where I can get it done in about an hour's time, hour and a half. It's probably going to take you a little bit longer since you're not used to doing it, but that's okay. So take your time with it. And again, this is just an example. This is just how I do it. Experiment with different ways of doing things. What's going to make life easier for you? Pick a day where you don't have a whole lot going on. Sunday morning works perfectly for me. My wife's at work. My son's home, usually asleep. And I can get up early, feed the dog, walk the dog, defrost everything, get my workout in. By the time I come back up, it's defrosted and off I go. I get it all done before lunch. So real simple, real straightforward. Doesn't have to be anything extravagant, and have fun with it. Pick some different foods, try some different ways of doing it. But however you choose to do it, it's going to make life easier. It's going to make things more streamlined for you, and it's going to take the guesswork out of it. It's going to take the cravings out of it. It's just going to make it easier for you to say, all right, to answer the question, what am I going to eat for lunch? What am I going to eat for dinner? Because it's right there. It's as simple as that. Now, breakfast I don't tend to do. You can do that as well if you like. I don't tend to do that. I have a pretty set routine with what I do for breakfast. I tend to go, oatmeal or egg whites, something like that. I got these protein waffles that I really like from Kodiak. Yogurt is something that I do, or banana, combination of those. So I don't tend to prepare meals for that, since I've already got kind of a set routine. But lunch and dinner is set for the next week. It's as simple as that. So find your way, find your routine, enjoy it. The more you do it, you're going to get it down to an art form, and it's going to take you almost no time at all. Think about that. You're going to have all your meals, your lunches and dinners for an entire week done in a span of an hour or two. It's a no-brainer. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help. But in the meantime, go have some fun with it. Get cooking.